What's going on, people? Welcome to another edition of Baseball Talk. Yes, I'm back doing a solo episode. It feels good. Hey, shout out to all the people that I've had on the show in the past couple of months. Matt Musico, David Esser, Phillies writer, Matt Musico, Mets writer. Shout out to Dan Lemke, big Indians baseball expert, our own Last Out Media. Shout out to them. Great conversations that I had on here with them. If you didn't catch those conversations, I'll put them in the link to the description box so you can check those out. But let's get to today's episode. So I want to talk about two hitters, two of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. Not just their respective league that I'm going to go into, but two of the best and the hottest hitters in baseball right now as we sit here about just over 2 months into the season, about 60 to 65 plus games. And it's crazy to think last year, 60-game season, this year, full slate, 162. Things are feeling more normal. But anyway, two of the hottest hitters in baseball right now, and they're not just your prototypical hitting bombs, striking out a lot, just like, a lot. It seems like that's the way the game's just evolved over the past 10 years, just striking out, trying to hit bombs, trying to hit over the shift, not trying to hit to the opposite field or to beat the shift in a more prototypical way. But these two right now have been incredible. And yes, they're on a bad team. They're on a really bad team. If you don't know what I'm talking about Nick Castellanos and Jesse Winker. Two guys that are kind of flying under the radar, I'd say, because they're on a really bad team. Not a really bad team, but on a mediocre team. The Reds, they're floating around 500. They're in a kind of a tight division where you got the Cubs, the Brewers, and the Cardinals kind of at that top of the division where those three are probably going to be competing for that division. But anyway, these two have been incredible. If you saw, I think MLB just tweeted out their All-Star ballots, the results so far from the All-Star voting. If you haven't voted, definitely go vote for who you want in the All-Star game right now. Not just who you want, who you definitely think, who deserves to be in the All-Star game. But Castellanos and Winker, left field and right field, both, would be in the starting lineups if the voting ended today and the All-Star game was tomorrow. They'd be in the lineup, and deservedly so. Look at these guys, man. Castellanos, slash line, 361, 416, 635, 1051 OPS. Winker, 17 home runs, 40 RBIs, 344, 418, 638, 1056 OPS. Look, and that's not just... Look, and Castellanos, sorry, I didn't mention 13 home runs. Okay, that's power numbers, and Winker's, in the top 10 in home runs. But look at the average. 344, 361. They're getting on base 400, over 400 plus. Slugging percentage at, over 600. They're doing it not just trying to hit bombs. Look at the spray charts on Baseball Savant. They're hitting the ball to all parts of the field. This isn't being taught right now in the game. Now, no, I'm not in baseball. I'm not in these organizations. But from the outside looking in, you don't see it much. You see guys just trying to hit bombs. Look at the New York Yankees right now. They're trying to win games with surprisingly good pitching, but they're just trying to hit home runs. They're living and dying by the home runs. You know what I mean? And I don't think you can win like that. But it's just refreshing to see guys like Castellanos and Winker that aren't just living and dying by the home run. No, their team's not a winner right now. They have a lot of holes. Their bullpen is terrible. Some of their rotation is good, but I mean, obviously, besides Castellanos and Winker, that lineup isn't too crazy right now. You got Eugenio Suarez, who is hitting 163. I mean, that's not his MO to have a good batting average. The power numbers are kind of still there, but it's just these two guys carrying the offense, and they're still top 5 in runs scored in the National League, but. Again, I just want to talk about these two because I feel like maybe they're not getting talked about enough. And like I said, these guys aren't two huge names like Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, Mookie Betts. They're not like them, but they need to get the respect that they deserve right now. All right. They're both like top 3. They're like 1 and 2 in about every hitting category you can imagine. Second in offensive WAR, third in offensive WAR, 2 and 3. Castellanos first in the NL in batting average, Winker second in the league in batting average. Both top 3 on base percentage, slugging, all that. Like I said, it's just really refreshing to see these guys. Castellanos has a great way that he's carried himself. I watched him on the Chris Rose rotation a couple of weeks ago, where he was on with Miguel Rojas and Chris Rose, and he was talking about his approach to hitting now. He just, he got rid of his smartphone, which is nuts. Got a flip phone now, and he's kind of just, he's kind of just going about what he's doing, and it's working for him, obviously. And, Castellanos, I guess, like, for either of these guys, I don't know if we really saw this coming for both of these guys, for them to be putting up the numbers they've been really putting up. Now, we know Castellanos has been a good hitter in the past. He had, when he got traded from Detroit to Chicago, he was going off for Chicago. He was putting up huge numbers hitting-wise. And he was a big reason for why I don't even know if they made the playoffs that year, if they barely missed it, I forget. But regardless, he was a great addition for the Cubs, and he was incredible for them. But I don't think anyone envisioned these type of numbers. And then Winker, I think we look at his August numbers last year, and he had a huge month. It was either August or September. I forget which month it was, but he was hitting like 350, 10 home runs, 16 RBIs, somewhere in that range. He was slugging the baseball. He was hitting the ball very well for average and power. So I guess we've seen this from Winker, last year, and we kind of saw the potential. But, he sustained it through 2 months this season. But it's just really, really refreshing to see these type of hitters in baseball. Hopefully we get, going forward, we kind of see the game evolve in a different direction. Maybe we see more guys like Nick Madrigal, who's strictly contact guy. Over here in Philly, Alec Boehm's been struggling, but I like his approach to the plate. He doesn't like striking out. He hits the ball to all parts of the field. The right mentality as a hitter. I understand getting on base, and I understand the value of home runs to strikeouts and stuff like that, but not good for the game. We know that. As baseball fans, the commissioner's office understands that, hiring Theo Epstein, Ken Griffey Jr., whatnot. But it's really refreshing to see these guys, and hopefully the game can start to trend in that direction. It might take a while, but hopefully this is regardless. I just wanted to give these guys their praise because they're really fun to watch. And yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Who you got in your All-Star ballots? Are Castellanos and Winker some of your favorite players right now? Do you feel the same way that I do about them as hitters? Because obviously I like to see what these guys are doing on the field at the plate. So it's very satisfying and refreshing for me to see this in the game of baseball. Hey, by the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, go hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you check out those videos that I mentioned earlier. And this week coming up, got to mention, I got Craig Kimbrell. What's he doing, man? He's got an ERA it's microscopic. It's under like 0.7. This guy is just absolutely resurrected as maybe the best closer in baseball. I don't even know if that's come on, man. If he's not, he's one of the best. And Craig Kimbrell is looking like the Kimbrell with the Red Sox, the Braves, all that fun stuff. And that's coming this week. Craig Kimbrell Resurgence episode video coming. So that's coming. And thank you guys for watching. And until next time.